Bucks versus Celtics. Who will perform better in the next few years? The sweet scent of off-season trades. This year, it brewed up a storm in Milwaukee, where the Bucks managed to reel in one of the NBA's brightest stars, Damian Lillard, into their constellation. Now that's what I call a buckshot. Dame, the loyal knight of the Portland Trailblazers, had finally decided that the drizzly weather of the Pacific Northwest wasn't quite to his taste anymore. His eyes were set on the sunny shores of Miami, but fate had other plans. Portland, perhaps seeing the writing on the wall, drafted young squire Scoot Henderson, hinting that the Dame era was nearing its twilight. But as the saying goes, one man's loss is another man's gain. Let's play full court, baby. Your go-to channel for the most interesting basketball topics on and off the court. The Milwaukee Bucks, in a stroke of either genius or desperation, orchestrated a blockbuster trade to acquire the celestial Damian Lillard from Portland, sending Jrue Holiday and a stash of future draft assets over to the Trailblazers. This trade, an apparent attempt to meld the stars together, has sent shockwaves through the NBA cosmos. The draft assets are 3 unprotected future grade school ballers in 2029, with swap rights in 2028 and 2030. It might seem like a hefty price, but the Bucks are going all in for that NBA championship. The addition of Lillard, with his clutch performances, could be the game changer the Bucks have been yearning for. While Giannis Antetokounmpo has been the unassailable leader of the Deer Squad, the absence of a true superstar sidekick has been glaring. No shade to Jrue Holiday and Chris Middleton, but having Damian Lillard is like upgrading from a reliable sedan to a roaring sports car. The star power Dame brings to the table is light years ahead, and his offensive firepower is the stuff of legends. His ability to hit shots from virtually another zip code will surely stretch defenses to their breaking point, creating more room for Giannis to operate in the paint. With this trade, the Bucks have unequivocally signaled their intent to remain contenders and potentially dominate the East. The pairing of Giannis and Dame could very well be the genesis of a new dynamic duo that could terrorize the league for years to come. The chemistry between Giannis and Dame on the court is palpable. Giannis's imposing dominance in the paint flawlessly pairs with Dame's long-distance prowess. It's been about 50 years since the Bucks last saw such a dynamic point guard and center duo. Back then, they boasted Oscar Robertson, the original triple-double maestro, a player adorned with an MVP title and numerous accolades. Yet, the elusive NBA title had always escaped him. That changed when he joined forces with the young and formidable center, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Milwaukee racked up 66 wins and breezed past San Francisco and the Los Angeles Lakers in the playoffs to clinch a finals berth in its 3rd year of existence. The Milwaukee Bucks won the NBA championship in 1970. If there's one thing the Bucks management would like to do, it is to repeat what their organization did 50 years ago. Bring in a generational talent like Damian Lillard, a point guard who will complement and build a 1-2 combo with their franchise player, Giannis. Although Giannis is not a center, he can play center when the Bucks need him to. You get the point. There's no denying that Lillard will start alongside Chris Middleton, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Brook Lopez. But who will be the team's 5th starter? Looking at the Bucks' 2023 roster this season, there's a high possibility that Malik Beasley could take the reins as the starting 2 guard. Beasley certainly lives up to his shooting guard position, having made the most 3-pointers off the bench last season by any reserve. For his NBA career, Beasley has buried 37.8% of his 3-point shots, cementing himself as a substantial threat from the outside. Beasley and Lillard would make for an electric shooting backcourt. These two players can let it fly from way beyond the arc and have no shortage of confidence in doing so. That would be great for Giannis Antetokounmpo, who would have a ton of room to operate close to the rim with these two, along with Chris Middleton stretching the floor beyond the perimeter. The only thing that would be bad about this group is the need for more defense, especially in the backcourt. Lillard and Beasley aren't known for being great defenders, so putting them together could make other teams go after them. Chris Middleton is no longer as good of a defender as he used to be, which could be a big problem. There's no doubt that the offense would be a well-oiled machine, but the defense is questionable. With Jrue Holiday's departure, the Bucks lost one of their most flexible defensive players. Crowder is expected to be one of the players who has to make up for the lost time in the coming months. He has been a 3-and-D wing for most of his career, and it is hoped that he can play that part for Milwaukee much better than last season. Having a player like MarJon Beauchamp would help tremendously, especially alongside Lillard in the backcourt on a nightly basis. Beauchamp could be the ultimate X factor for the Bucks this coming season, and it's mainly due to what he can bring on defense. If he can produce on offense, that would certainly be welcome too. But if he starts alongside Lillard, it will be his defense that helps him make a contribution to this team. However, every rose has its thorn. The departure of Jrue Holiday leaves a vacuum on the defensive end. His prowess in locking down the opposing team's best guards was a luxury the Bucks will surely miss. Jrue was named to the NBA All-Defensive First Team along with his former teammate Brook Lopez. In winning a league-best 58 games, the Bucks had the fourth-rated defense, 110.9 points per 100 possessions. They improved to number 8 in the league in three-point defense, 34.4%, and were number 2 in the league in opponent shooting percentage, 45.6%. Jrue finished 4th among guards in individual defensive rating at 112.4. Opponents shot just 45.5% from the field when defended by Holiday. Of the first team members, Holiday received the second most points with 192. He had 94 first-place votes, which trailed only Defensive Player of the Year Jaren Jackson Jr. of Memphis with 195 points, 96 first-place votes. Jrue was traded from the Bucks to the Trailblazers, but Portland had another plan with him. Just like a twisted fate, the Boston Celtics acquired him. Portland received guards Malcolm Brogdon, center Rob Williams III, and 2 future first-round picks. Watching Williams III was an absolute delight, and documenting his journey was a true pleasure. His unique blend of athleticism and dynamism set him apart from any Boston player we've seen in recent times. Without the exceptional performances of Williams III, the Celtics' 2022 title push would have been unthinkable. We're left contemplating what heights he might have reached had he continued evolving in Boston. Jrue will be an essential piece in the Celtics team after they traded Marcus Smart to the Grizzlies in exchange for draft considerations. Smart has also been named to the NBA All-Defensive First Team 3 times. Jrue will fill in Marcus Smart's point guard role and team up with Derek White as the Celtics' backcourt defenders. Plus, they traded for the unicorn from Washington, Porzingis. Equipped with new weapons on the bench for Joe Mazzulla and a 7'3" stretch big, Kristaps Porzingis, Boston has its eyes finally breaking through that glass ceiling in the NBA Finals. Every season is full of pressure in one of the best sports towns in the United States. This one may be the most for the green and white in recent years. You have to give up talent to get talent. You need to set aside emotions and set your priorities straight. You gotta pay a good price for things, right? Winning a championship is Boston's only priority. It simply cannot wait to take that next step. This season, anything short of a title will bring even more difficult decisions about the team's future next summer. Holiday and Derek White are 2 of the best defensive guards in the NBA. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are 2 of the best wings, and Porzingis and Al Horford are 2 very good big men who can play both forward and center. Even though this trade hurt Boston's depth and size, they should still have enough skill at the top of their roster to give any team trouble. Man, a playoff series between Boston and Milwaukee would be fun. In the time that Giannis has been leading the charge, the Bucks and the Celtics have gone head-to-head in the conference semifinals 3 times. Now the Celtics got the better of the Bucks on 2 occasions, once in 2018 and then again in 2022, both times with a close 4-3 win. But hey, back in 2019, the Bucks showed their mettle with a solid 4-1 victory over the Celtics. The Celtics have a lot of flexibility in the backcourt and the front court. They could start small with Holiday and White, or start big with Horford and Porzingis. The Celtics made the aggressive moves to try to get over the hump. They've been to the conference finals 5 times in 7 years, but have yet to capture their desired 18th championship. They reached the NBA Finals only once, losing to the Golden State Warriors in 2022. Last season, they lost in Game 7 at home in the conference finals to the Miami Heat and have ramped up their roster, trying to get another chance. The Celtics had formed a big 3 with Pierce, KG, and Ray Allen. But with the Celtics' current roster, they have a big 4 in Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Porzingis, and Horford. You might wonder why Drew isn't included in the big 4, or maybe not. Horford has consistently contributed to this team on both ends of the floor. Though entering this season at 37 years old, it makes sense to utilize him in more of a bench role for several reasons. First, the Celtics will want to avoid playing him too many minutes, as injuries can creep up at the end of older players' careers. They simply cannot afford that due to the second reason, which is that the absence of Robert Williams has left a void in their front court depth. The Celtics do lack front court depth. That's why Al Horford is a critical piece and a big 4 for this Celtics squad. If Jason Tatum plays more at the 4, then Boston can avoid digging too deep into its bench. Luke Cornett, O'Shea Brissett, and Neemias Queta are not players that Boston is likely to feel comfortable with playing a substantial amount of minutes, so it is safe to think that Horford will still have a considerable role off the bench, as the Celtics rotate their best 3 frontcourt players throughout games. The last reason we can expect a Derek White, Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Kristaps Porzingis starting lineup is simple: talent. This Celtics team will want to deploy their most talented lineup, and that lineup will undoubtedly be it. Boston will have everything it needs with that lineup, including perimeter defense, switchability, rebounding, rim protection, shooting, and playmaking. As the NBA season unrolls, the Eastern Conference presents a riveting contest. The Bucks, with their offensive prowess spearheaded by Damian Lillard, who trails just behind the stellar Stephen Curry as a point guard, have an edge that's hard to overlook. Though their backcourt might be critiqued for a less than stellar defense, the front court and a deep bench come to the rescue. The multitude of role players at Milwaukee's disposal, who can switch gears between offense and defense fluidly, brings depth to the court that's both a spectacle and a strategy. So, while the Bucks have center stage as the better team, the Celtics, with their own brand of basketball, may yet hold a plot twist, capable of delivering a surprise act to steal the show, a potential David to the Goliath that is Milwaukee. So, who do you think will perform better between these two teams as the years go by? We hope you enjoyed our video topic today. Interact with us, subscribe, and hit the notification button to be notified when we upload more content. Don't forget to leave a like and comment below. Also, feel free to suggest any topics you would like to see on this channel, Full Court. Before we end this video, are you ready to showcase your love for the game and make a statement with premium merch? At Full Court, we believe basketball is more than just a game. It's part of our culture and identity. That's why we've curated a collection of merch that captures the essence of your favorite sports teams and players to celebrate the memories that unite us. And here's the best part. Full Court offers free worldwide shipping. No matter where you are, you can join our global community and showcase your passion for basketball. Visit our website, letsplayfullcourt.com, and explore our merch. You can also find a link below this video in the description.